It's the Whitey and Chris Show, SA Bros.
Yes. Welcome everybody to our premiere, first night of SA Bros live interviews with celebrities, South African artists, and so forth. Welcome, Chris.
Yes. How's it, Whitey? I hope you had a lekker day. Did you do anything interesting today on your lockdown day?
Yes, I have, but it was just business stuff to get everything ready for the day and just for our brand new show and stuff. So yeah, that's what I was doing.
Man.
What have you been doing?
Me, I've been eating a lot. Somehow, if it rains or something, I just chow like a freaking hippo. So the moment the weather goes down, but I'm chowing and I'm in the kitchen and I'm making food and I'm getting stuff ready. So it's like I know the wife and kids and stuff are like a duck now. So now it's time to actually chat to our boys, man.
Yes, we've got two very special guests for our very first time, and it would be Mr. Glen and Paul Hodgson. Welcome, guys. How you guys doing? I don't know what Glen is up to there, but yeah, he's going all pink ninja. I don't know.
Glen's the phantom, but that's what it is.
How you guys doing?
Hello, man. What do you think about my creepy mask?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's put him on a little bit bigger. Where is he? There he is. Let's see. Yo, Glen.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful. You are all so beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you for dressing up. Thank you for dressing up for the very first time. I see we've got a few people already logging in. So, yeah, that's great to see people watching us live. Guys, so let's just chat to you guys. Let's start with Paulus. That's a Paulus Kruger. What have you been doing to keep busy and during this lockdown period? And just tell us a little bit of how's it been going at home and so on.
Well, we actually just moved into a new place like a week before lockdown started. So I've actually had lots of cup to do, like drilling holes and putting up shelves and
doing man stuff.
Yeah, unpacking boxes. I'm not very good at DIY, but I've kind of had to learn because you're stuck at home and you have to do this stuff. So
well, you got enough time to learn.
Yes, I've been drilling like crazy. There's holes all over the place.
Have you been YouTubing how to drill holes, dummy stuff?
Yeah. Can you see those guitars hanging on the wall behind me?
I can see those beauties hanging there.
Now, do you know what you need? Let's make it bigger. Just show again for us. Let's show again. There we go.
I don't know how to turn my head that it gets out the way.
You don't know how to turn your head. You just actually say you don't know how to turn your head.
Yeah, but it's like backwards.
That's brilliant. Now, do you know what you need to do now? Now you need to build a bar in front of it. Can you imagine how cool that would look with your buddies sitting there with your guitars behind you and your drinks in between the guitars? Huh? That would be gangster.
But just one thing at a time. One thing at a time,
man. Just get the house sorted first.
Yeah.
So, Glen,
it's actually been kind of cool. Yeah, there's been time to do all that stuff. So,
that's brilliant. Awesome. As long as you've been keeping busy, eh? Glen, let's ask you the same question.
I was just thinking, you can't build a bar when there's nothing to stock the bar with.
That's very true.
After lockdown. I have been making art, been drawing pictures. I've been making music in my little studio. I've been making dinner for the wife and myself.
Nice.
And I've been trying to make no trouble.
No trouble. That's good. You know, I was watching you on your YouTube channel the other day when you were going live. I'll share the link quickly for everybody, just so that they can afterwards have a look if you find with that, so they can watch you after the show. So there's the link in the scroll bar.
It's cool. It's just something. It's just like a nice hour break out of the day for me. You know, just to play music and chill with people, kind of takes your mind off things, you know. So it's like
you can definitely relate. We've had the same issues, and I think that's probably why we started this channel as well, so we can actually speak to you guys. Normally on other nights, me and Whitey started DJing, and I also did a couple of live shows as well, and it's like the only response. One thing that I miss of doing live shows is having people around, and the only thing that's really cool is when you do those shows, you can actually chat to all your fans and buddies you haven't checked in a while, guys you kind of forget about, and then you end up like chatting to them. So I can totally relate to that, man.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
cool for me, when I do those things at midday on Facebook, it's just like playing a live show, except no one's talking over my performance. So I can hear what I'm doing.
We're asking you to play Hotel California.
and there's more people than at a normal performance, so it's like
Yeah, because they can sit at home and get drunk and not get into fights. And they're not throwing the underwear at you, the G-strings and the bras and stuff, hey?
Well,
Or the soil, or the soil boxers. That's brilliant. That's brilliant, guys. There we've got somebody, Jamie Hall. Good evening from the UK. How's it, Jamie? Glad you could tune in.
How's it, eh?
There we go. So, Chris, do you want to shoot the first
I'll get
question?
it started. Yeah, man. So, guys, first up, look, I've read your profiles and stuff, and I actually know you guys longer than you think. But here's the first question. Where were you born?
In a hospital.
Okay, that's a perfect answer. In which town were you born, man? Where were you? I won't ask you where you were made, but where were you born?
In Discovery, in the West Rand.
Ah,
Discovery
nice.
Hospital, actually. Yeah, I think it was called Glen. So I was born in Discovery, which is like the sort of the rough part of the town. Ask Glen where he was born.
Where were you born, Glen?
Well, I'm the third child, so I got to be born in Santon.
Oh!
Well, not as tough as Paul, you see.
I grew up on the rough streets. Glen was born in
So basically what Paul you're saying is you're the tough guy. You will go out and knock teeth out, where Glen is a butt. He's a bit and he's got a binnet and stuff like that. Is that what he is? He's one of those rich guys.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
How many teeth have you knocked out, Paul?
Just one of my own. I fell off a skateboard and knocked my front tooth out.
You did it wrong.
Oh, brilliant.
I'm so tough, I punched my own teeth out.
I wouldn't want to mess with you, but all right, next question. Where did you guys finish school, if you finished school? Glen, let's start with you. Where did you finish?
Westridge High School, 2000.
Oh, the Young and Deckers. Okay, great stuff. Distinction?
Yeah, so I was born in Santon, but I still had to go to school in the hood.
Okay.
In the Wesrand.
And like we say, the Wille Wesrand, the Woesrand.
Wille Wesrand, bro.
That's it. You guys see. Paulus, you?
Yeah, also Westridge, eh?
Okay, all right. Any distinction your side?
I can't remember what year. Probably 19.
Can't remember what year. Let's count the grey hairs.
94, 5, somewhere around there. Yeah. Right. But I guys, finished high school 10 years before everyone else because I'm so intelligent.
Oh, nice to know. Well, guys, let's see about talking about intelligence. Who was your first love? Your first love. Think about it way back then. Who was your first love, man?
Glen.
Yeah.
Oh, we must pretend to put the buzzer so we can say the answer first. Okay.
Yeah, I think that we should.
Glen, my first love was my grade 1 teacher, Mrs. Swart.
Sure, you remember everything, huh?
That sounds like Afrikaans Tannie now, huh?
Yeah, I guess she must have been.
Oh. What do you mean she must have been? You were at school with her for how long? You should know. Swart.
Well, just for grade 1.
Just grade 1, okay.
I think she had to get away from me.
And Paul, who was your first love, man?
I suppose it was also a primary school teacher, eh?
Is it?
Yeah,
I think we all go through that phase.
I'll try to think of like a famous actor or like
actress.
Actress. Yeah. Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah. She was cool in the 80s. Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, Gangster's Paradise.
I say that's it. All right, brilliant. Okay, so that was that third question. Number 4. When was the first time you got drunk? And tell the truth, we're not on any fancy FM. If you started getting drunk at 12, gooi millies. Tell us. Who's pressing the buzzer first?
Glenn,
There we go. Glenn.
I think I started like drinking in high school.
Yeah.
So I think the first time I got drunk was probably in like standard 6 at a house party. Nothing really stands out for me as the first time I got drunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was probably in those first couple of years of high school.
Well, obviously you did it right if you can't remember it like precisely, but that's cool.
Yeah,
Then you did it
I
right.
think we went straight from nothing to Russian bear, so we did it right.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Paul,
And you,
your
Paul?
story?
No, I was a nerd in high school. I played D&D, so only when we really started with the band. But we were actually on tour somewhere with Nick from Perez, and we drank a whole bottle of Jägermeister together. Yeah, so that was the first time I was horribly drunk. Yeah.
Listen, but the bands back then were a bit different. Back then it was still cool to get drunk on stage. Now you got to be so marketable. You got to like behave yourself and stuff.
No
I don't know. Have you watched the Parlotones lately?
I don't think we got the memo. Hey?
Yeah, Chris, I can actually step in there. I went with the guys to a show in Cape Town last year for a wedding where these people had so much money. I won't mention names because Paul and Glenn would know why I wouldn't mention names. But we drank ourselves stupid. Khan was so drunk he was dancing around like an absolute idiot afterwards. It was so funny to watch. You remember that, Paul? You were maneuvering everywhere.
But I think you did. Well, someone did like in the hotel's parking lot or something the next morning.
Yeah, it wasn't Rob. It had to be Khan because I know he was crawling home. We got home.
Yeah. I know. Rob wasn't drinking and I wasn't drinking because it was literally this time last year because it was after the Oceans Marathon.
Yeah.
Yes.
We ran that marathon and
I come straight from two Oceans and joined you guys.
Yes.
And then myself and Morgan went home because we were tired. And then these hooligans took over the wedding.
I got sparked that night for sure. Someone put something in my drink.
That is that is the newest way to tell somebody how drunk you really was. You just go, you know what, I must have been spiked though.
You know, Chris, also the next day when we went home, I had a rent-a-car, so Paul drove with me, and we never actually raced. I can't remember breaking the speed limit, but 2 weeks later, I got what was it, 600 Rand fine or something like that in the post, and I had to pay that and the admin fee from Avis, which was double. So I had to pay like 1-2, and you can't say no because they take it off your credit card immediately because you signed your waiver away. So,
but luckily we paid you so much money for that show. You were probably fine, eh?
You paid me. Excuse me. I booked you. I paid you. But just to stay on the your first time you got drunk, to Glenn's side, I remember also in high school when I got really fraught, I would raid my dad's alcohol cabinet. And I would have his spirits, his vodkas, his gins and stuff, and then in one cabinet and his liqueurs on one side. And you remember those blue and red juice boxes you got that your mom packed your stuff with, your lunch and your juices? I would fill a red one full of all the different hardtack stuff, the gins, the vodkas and stuff, just a combination. And I called it hell. And then the blue one, I threw all the liqueurs in and I called it heaven. And I would take it to school and all my mates would go behind the metalworks shop and just get froth drunk. We would get our hidings and then we would get our hidings at night. But I did it 2 or 3 times before I got caught that my dad figured out that was I that was robbing his dope.
So sounds like a good
try.
Yeah, no,
it was, to keep a sharp eye.
I think I'm going to go buy those juice bottles and start playing that game as well. I'll go raid Paul's bar because he's the only one who drinks liqueur out of everyone.
Nice.
Amarula and coffee is the best.
All right, as long as it's not that pink stuff the girls drink, eh? Although you did earlier say your favorite actor that you fell in love with, so I'm a bit confused where we are now in this conversation.
Well, guys, keeping it along, what are your hobbies? Let's start with Glenn. Glenn, what's your hobbies, man? I know you do marathons and stuff, but what's your hobbies? What's the stuff you do to like stay busy and feed your soul?
Well, when I'm allowed to go outdoors, I play golf.
Yeah.
And when I'm indoors, like I am now, I just mess around in the studio, make music, and draw.
Well, that's brilliant, man. You know what? I think the coolest thing is that all your hobbies are pretty much artistic, and then you've got the physical edge of the stuff you go and do outside. And
Yeah.
and you, Paul?
I don't do anything physical. I don't like any sports or anything.
Except drilling holes.
yeah. So my hobby that's been forced on me at the moment is house fixing stuff. I kind of like working in the garden every now and again. I've had to mow the lawn, but I think as far as hobbies go, I like the PlayStation. You know, I just sit on the couch and play games. That's cool, you know. And I like writing, but
and posting a lot of nonsense on Facebook about cats and stuff, eh?
Yeah, that's it. But I mean, our job is pretty much a hobby. I mean, we play music. That's what we like doing. So it's actually cool. We get to do it professionally, but it's also
that is the best. That is the absolute best.
Yeah. We're very lucky.
And tell me, guys. Okay, now I know Glen's been playing golf for a long time. What's your handicap now, Glen?
I think last I played it was a 20.
Yeah.
So yes, I play a lot of golf, but I do not get better.
That's cool. At least you're consistent, man.
Yeah, like I'll get worse and then I'll get back to where I was, and I'll get worse and I'll get back to where I was. So I try not to think about that anymore. I just try to enjoy it, which is hard to do a lot of the time. And you, what's your handicap?
Me, you won't believe this. I used to be on a 6 many moons ago. Yeah, so I loved golf. George from Cool Runnings, then Benoni, back in the day, we used to live together. So I used to go and jam golf with him almost every day. We some days we'd play 2 courses on one day. So golf was a big part of my life. I was also a musician, so most of the time that I had in the day, I could actually get pretty good at golf.
Yeah,
and it's like if you got rich buddies and stuff that help you and help pay for everything, especially if you're not making cash. So that helped a lot, man.
Hobby, yeah.
I've got no excuse. I live on the first fairway in a golf estate, and I play for free, and I still don't get better. So have a look here.
That's cool, man. Let's have a look.
Something. What you got?
It's Louis looking at the clubs, baby.
There's my golf clubs there.
Yeah, they are put away.
I put them away because I'm sick of them.
See, that's how I know. If it was in the garage, I know you'd be jamming all the time.
Just before we go on to our next question, I see we've got a couple of other people from overseas. We've got the Ginger Junkie. There you go, brother.
Yes,
Ginger Junkie from Hamburg, Germany. And then we've got California live in the house. They are what? They're about 12 hours behind us. So it's 7 o'clock in the morning there. So welcome there, Tweaky Thrower.
Tweaky Thrower. And you know, tweakers are like, there's a big reference to drugs in that name, man.
Yeah.
Tweaky Thrower. Okay.
Yeah, so obviously the guy can afford to stay awake way longer than he should.
Exactly. So, guys, next question. Why did you become a musician? Why did you guys end up in the musical industry? Buzz, who's buzzing first?
Glen can go first each time.
You just spoke, so you're up.
I'll go first each time.
Cool. There you go.
Well, I mean, I fell into it by chance. I was just pottering my way through high school, and then one night in standard 8, grade 10, Paul said he was going to go to a band practice at his friend's place. That friend was Neil, who was starting a band with Khan.
Yeah.
And I just said, can I come along for the fun of it? And I ended up, they needed a bass player, so I ended up becoming a bassist, and that was the start of the Parlotones in 1998. And we just went from there. So luckily, it just ended up being our full-time jobs eventually.
One time, man.
I didn't choose to be in the music industry. I just
The music chose you.
The music chose me, and who am I to say no when the
That's
music
brilliant.
chooses?
It's absolutely brilliant. Paul, you're the older brother. Tell us.
Yeah, it's actually weird because my daughter at the moment is the same age as Glenn as when he joined the band. That's crazy to think.
Wow.
Yeah, how long?
And you can imagine all the crazy stuff you did when you were in the band.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's kind of the same thing. I mean, I messed around with the guitar for a little bit in high school. Like you used to buy those magazines from the flea market that had like Green Day songs and stuff.
Yes.
But then, yeah, also I knew Neil from high school. He phoned me one day and said, yeah, he's met this dude who can sing and wants to write songs. And do I want to come to band practice? And when I was on the landline, Glenn heard me talking. He's like, hey, I want to come to your band practice. So that's kind of, yeah. So, I mean, our first band is still our only band, which is
it like crazy. Fell into your lap. It's like destiny chose you guys for this, huh?
That's brilliant. That's a brilliant story to hear. Wow. Okay. That's awesome. Listen, check here what the guy from California said. Lol, the name was actually given to me as my Xbox gamer tag, and I stuck with it. I assure you, I don't do drugs.
Well, that's good to know, Tweaky Thrower. That'll keep you safe in this corona pandemic, and it'll keep you alive, I'm sure, for way longer if you're not on the drugs.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's brilliant.
Tell me, guys, okay, now we know how you guys became musos, and that's a very interesting story. But look, I like diving into like personal stuff. What's your favorite food?
I like junk food, to be honest.
So like burgers or fish,
burgers and chips and pizza, stuff like that.
Yeah. So how badly are you missing McDonald's and Pizza Hut and so on, eh?
Say again?
How badly are you missing McDonald's and Steers and KFC and all those guys, eh?
Yeah, missing them, but I prefer to make my own junk food, you know. Also, I don't eat like from a lot of those restaurants like McDonald's, and because I don't eat meat, so I choose the best veggie burgers.
Yeah.
But I like eating healthy, but when I get the chance, I also like junk food. So I would say my favorite meal is a burger and chips.
Burger and chips. And you, Paul? Awesome, man. And you,
yeah,
Paul?
Look, I left. It's obviously something in our family tree, but yeah, burger and chips for me is
the winner.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, like tonight we made shawarmas at home. That's very cool, and I dig like nachos. But like chicken and potatoes is my staple diet.
That's your go-to.
Potatoes. Yeah, potatoes. You can mash them and boil them and fry them, and you can do everything with them.
It's the same as chicken. All that food you can make a million ways.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, I mean, I like the simple stuff. I dig burgers and slap chips and that sort of stuff. So don't give me fancy food. I want to eat sushi and that sort of thing.
Sushi. I think it is a Hodgson thing, though.
Like it's the burger and chips, man.
I bet you if Connor's in this conversation, he'd be like, oh, I like sushi on a gluten-free pita bread, kind of, with a slap of rose petals on the side, please.
I love that meal.
And Canadian mountain is fresh, man.
Yeah.
I think in our family bones, we just love like carbs and any food that doesn't have a color to it.
Yeah.
We always laugh at
potatoes, chickens and buns and chips. Yeah.
Like gravy and chips, yeah. But I mean, I think it's just a Hodgson thing. That's why we're so healthy and strong.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember what we ate there in Cape Town, but yeah, we won't dive into that. Health freaks, eh?
Yeah.
All right, next question. What is your favorite movie of all time? So Glenn is first, obviously. Again, Buzz, there you go.
This is a big one.
Yeah.
I know it straight away. Dances with Wolves.
Sure. Nice one.
That's a deep movie, man.
Yeah, it's always been my favorite. I was like obsessed with Native Americans, Indians for many years. So when I saw that movie, I was like.
So have you got any ink of Native Americans on you?
Yeah, I do.
That's awesome.
You want to see?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
See if I can find it.
You don't know where it is.
We'll find it.
Where
is it? Where is it? Where is it?
It's this one here. Sorry, this is harder than it looks.
Oh, this is going to help our ratings big time. Thanks.
Yeah, check the goals going well now.
Okay.
This one here.
Yes, I can see the what is that
a
Apache Indian? Yeah.
It's Crazy Horse.
Crazy Horse.
Crazy Horse was like a Indian war chief.
Yeah.
And I was obsessed with him, so he was like my guy. So I got that. I think that's the only Indian. I don't have any dream catchers or anything like that.
Only in your bedroom.
Yeah.
And you, Paul, what was your favorite movie, man, of all time?
Sure. Yes, it's a tough choice, but I think the movie that comes to mind straight away is The Fifth Element.
And why The Fifth Element? Yeah, that's it. That's something different.
It's just awesome, man. Yeah, I love sci-fi and stuff like that. But like, it's a toss-up. The Fifth Element, The Usual Suspects, Fight Club, those kind of things. Yeah,
but I suppose the Fifth Element
just great.
Yeah,
that's
and
got
Fifth
Bruce
Element
Willis and Mila Jovovich in that little orange.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. That Mila Jovovich, man.
But it's just a cool movie. I mean, I actually recommend it to a friend of mine who doesn't like sci-fi at all.
Yeah,
and even that it was great. Yeah, because it's a cool story. There's like a love story, and there's action and sci-fi and comedy, and
there's everything in there. That is a brilliant movie, especially for the time it was made.
Yeah. The other day, well, not like quite recently, I watched a movie called The Way, Way Back.
Yeah,
it's like my most recent new favorite movie.
One. Yeah,
it's very cool.
That's cool, man.
Awesome. Now, before we go on, we've got this thing that Chris always does. He says a word, and when when Chris says it, you have to drink. So I've got my shot of Jägermeister.
Slicky.
Slicky, all our viewers. When we say Slicky, you have to have a drink. Come, Polly, where's yours?
Where's your whiskey?
Polly just had a sip anyway.
Slicky, let's go, Glen. Cheers.
Slicky.
Swak, Glen, swak.
That's very thirsty.
Awesome.
So that was your favorite movie. What's your favorite color? This is just for other people to know who don't have a clue. What's your favorite color?
I don't have a favorite color.
Mine's auburn.
Auburn.
I don't know. Sire.
That's out there.
A very specific dark color. It's auburn.
Yeah. Probably red because everything in our band is red. So
and they, funny enough, theirs are red and ours. Can you see the Parlotones? Whitey, where's your drink? Who's that? Is that thank you, Morgan. Is that Greg?
It might be Greg, yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Greg? What's up? And you saw I've got my Jägermeister and I've got my Black Label. So I'm sorted, brother. Cheers.
It's lucky.
All right.
Okay, well, that's your favorite color. Now, for the next big one, this is actually a cool one to ask, man. Where did you get your first kiss?
That has to be a dangerous question.
That is a dangerous question.
The place, not on your body. Not on your body as a place.
Glenn, I've got two good answers for that question.
Hit it.
The first one doesn't really count because it's only a photo that my parents showed me when I was like 5 years old. I was myself and my girlfriend were on a swing.
Yeah.
We were kissing on the swing. It's kind of cute.
That is a cool one.
Technically, that was my first kiss. It was a girl. Her name was Christy Evans.
Yes.
And we were babies, so I can say that.
That is so cool.
My real first kiss was underwater in a pool at church camp. How's that?
What a legend! And you know how naughty kids get at a church camp.
We couldn't let the leaders see us kissing, so we figured we'd do it underwater.
That's super smart.
Meanwhile,
yours?
It doesn't work. Very well.
Yeah, I'm sure. At a high school house party.
High school house party.
Yeah, that's what we used to do. Like in high school, we couldn't go to clubs and stuff, so we'd have like these house parties. Like
Yeah, we had parties in the garages, man. Good old-fashioned garage parties, man.
Awesome. Yeah. Like everyone
When you
would come to the party with their CDs and their tapes and play music and stuff. It was actually awesome.
24/7, 2 unlimited, those things. You remember those little techno parties?
Yeah. But we everyone we were in a metal stage in those days. It was like Slayer and stuff like that.
Yeah, there you go. There's Mr. Andre Klute. Fuck it, boys, goeie naand. He says good evening. He's one of our friends. He's a big krag-appie that likes to run around in speedos.
He must be dying in lockdown, eh?
Well, no, not really. He's in security, so he's allowed to drive around and do his thing. He's a director in security, so he's a cool dude. Anyways, Chris, next question. I think it's my turn for a change again. What is your biggest pet hate? Like, go wild. Tell us straight. Glen, obviously, Buzz. There you go. You're up.
Buzz. Now the questions have suddenly got intense.
Yeah.
First kiss to pet hate.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that there are classes of people.
Yeah.
You know, some can barely afford to eat, and some have all the money literally in the world that they don't use to help those people with. That annoys me.
Yeah.
That there's so many different.
That's deep. Paul?
My pet hate is snakes. Like, you shouldn't have a snake as a pet.
You shouldn't have a snake as a snake. Well, most men have...
Yeah, that's my pet. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, all right, cool.
So,
and tell me, guys,
it's just a joke.
Like, since we just a whole bunch of guys today, this is an important one, man. What car do you drive?
I don't have a car. I drive a motorfiets.
A motorfiets.
Yeah. I had like a band van for a while, and then I got rid of that, and I figured I don't actually want a car right now, so I just got a little motorfiets, little scooter key.
Yeah.
And I scoot around on that.
They're awesome, man. There's a light on juice, and you listen. If there's traffic, that thing is all your headaches just go away.
Exactly. Just go chup 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 chup.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you always look cool, especially if you got some leathers on. Even if you're on a scooter, the moment you walk into a mall or something with some leathers on, you got some respect there straight away, man.
But is it a motorfiets or is it a moped? Because if it's a moped, it's not a motorfiets.
Dude, it's got two wheels and a motor. It's a bike.
Sorry, is it a motorbike, Glen, or is it a moped?
It's a scooter.
Right,
nice.
So you're not riding a motorbike, you're riding a scooter. There's a big difference.
Yeah, like a 1,000
cool on that.
And you, Paulie, what do you drive, man?
A Ford EcoSport that has given me trouble from day 3.
No, man. Are you still with that thing? You told me a couple of months ago that thing was giving you trouble. How are you still with it?
Yeah. It's like I don't know, what's something you can't get rid of. It's like
I can understand.
Your wife will kill
me. Rash in the back of your knee, yeah.
I can understand because you just moved and stuff. So your head, honestly, for the last 3 months, your head must have been on just moving and getting a new place and getting everything sorted.
Yeah. So like after this, literally, that car's been standing outside in the driveway for the last 3 weeks. I don't even know if it's going to start. The battery's probably flat right now.
That's okay. That's probably why they haven't stolen it yet.
Like there's grass growing around the wheels because I've mowed, but I didn't mow. You obviously can't mow like underneath your car, so there's like grass growing around the wheels. Yeah.
Listen, Glen, not Glen. Paul, just to get back onto your pet fear. I take it if I show you this picture, I do apologize. It's from pet hate, rather. I do apologize for this picture. It is quite out, but you say something like that would scare you.
Yeah, that's grillerig.
Grillerig. Oh, I love how you say that. Well done.
Yeah, and the snake is grillerig too.
Yeah, the snake is also gross.
that python weighed 60 kilograms there around my body. 60 kilos.
That's insane, eh? We know once when we were in America. Yeah, you look like a child or something. But we were
10 years ago.
we were touring America a couple of years ago, and we stayed at these people's house. They said you can sleep at our house, and then I was sleeping on the floor in the lounge that put like a mattress and stuff, and then my foot bumped, like there were these sort of curtain things hanging, like I thought it was a bookshelf.
Yeah.
And my foot bumped, and it was a glass cage. Hey, there's Cindy from Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's that for
Hey,
calming?
how's it going?
Welcome, Cindy.
Yeah. So while we were touring America, and then I lifted the curtain, and they had like this big glass cage with all these snakes in, like right at my feet, and I had to sleep there the whole night with these snakes.
Ew. I take it you freaked out. Glenn,
Yeah,
quick
yeah,
question from
it wasn't the
Andre.
best sleep.
Glenn, quick question here from Andre. I'm going to pull it up onto the screen. There we go. How many tattoos do you have?
I just have one big one.
You've got body with your tattoo.
Yeah, I've got so many that they've all just like merged into one body tattoo.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Good answer. Well done. All right. Chris, next one. What song, joke, trick do you guys wish you wrote or invented or anything? What is
what's a song you wish you wrote? That the song, if you listen to any music anyway, what's the song you listen to and you go, man, I wish I wrote that song?
Well, what song has made the most money ever?
Apparently.
Probably one.
Whatever that song is, I wrote that song.
So
I would say Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, brilliant.
Or Thunderstruck. Actually, I would wish I'd written Thunderstruck.
Yo, both of them are actually power.
So, like Thunderstruck is so flippin' simple.
Easy peasy.
It's as simple as Paradise City from Guns N' Roses, you know. Axel,
like any of those classic rock, like those classic rock songs are never gonna go away. Even my kid, who's like 15, all her friends listen to Guns N' Roses, Queen, Beatles, all that stuff.
That music's timeless, man. It is timeless.
Yeah. Rolling Stones, all that stuff.
Yeah, you put on Enter Sandman anywhere.
There you go.
Exactly. Yeah, or Smells Like Teen Spirit. Yeah.
Guys, a quick question from Cindy. Sorry, Chris, out of the USA. Cindy wants to know. She actually sent us a private WhatsApp to my girlfriend or somebody. Sorry, she wants to know when this lockdown is done and finished everywhere in the world and everything is settled. It's difficult to ask this, but when will you guys be touring to the USA again? Or are you going to try and recover? Sorry for the word. Recover first in South Africa before plans like that are out, or do you have anything in mind?
Sure, America is a tough one. I think Cindy should just come to South Africa and watch a show here.
I think it's a brilliant idea, man.
The American dollar is 20 to 1 at the moment. So if you come,
she's gonna have a job.
You'll have the time of your life.
Yeah, Cindy said there's answer.
Yeah, you can come stay at my house. I've put up fresh curtains and shelves.
Watch the comment section blow up now. You know, Cindy, you can take $100, fly to South Africa first class, stay in 5-star hotels, eat at 5-star restaurants, go on game drives at Tau there in Pilansburg, which is a 5-star, all for $100 and still fly back. Huh?
Yeah.
When South Africa, you fly to Durban and it will chow your salary for the next 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, guys, here's a lekker one. Okay, we'll substitute certain questions that came in and stuff, but we'll keep to the script. What makes you laugh, man? What really cheers you up? That either something you see or hear or whatever. What makes you laugh?
I like things that are absolutely ridiculous. Like the stupider thing is, the funnier it is for me. We actually started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine at the beginning of this lockdown.
And that's brilliant. That's funny.
That sort of humor for me is perfect, yeah. And British humor, Monty Python, Blackadder, that sort of stuff.
The old classics.
Yeah,
and Whitey makes me laugh as well. When I just hear Whitey talk, it's a smile on my face.
As long as I'm there to make you guys laugh. And so I take it you love Jackass, being a skateboarder and doing that stupid shit, eh?
Yeah, not so much. For me, that's a bit tough. Like, I don't know. Like, that's not that funny. I don't like stuff where people get hurt and vomit and that sort of thing.
That's my favorite. Like watching a fat kid fall is nothing funnier, man.
Sure. Read this comment quickly from Claudia Whitman. Actually, it's Claudia Klute. Andre and I got married last year in November, and our wedding's dance song was "I'll Be There." Lifetime memories with SA legends. Thank you for writing that song, guys. Look at that. How cool is that comment from Claudia?
That's actually a song I wish I had written.
So who wrote it? Who wrote it? If it wasn't you, if it was one of the other three.
If I'd written "I'll Be There," we'd all be as rich as Khan.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's so fancy, he doesn't even have to come on the show.
Yeah, no, he's way too gangster for us. But don't worry, I'll give him a call in the morning and I'll give him cock.
Yeah.
So, Glenn, what makes you laugh, man?
Drugs, eh?
Drugs.
Joe.
Just joking.
Drugs.
I was joking.
I thought you said jokes. Like jokes make me laugh.
A good joke.
Whitey, I've got a good joke for you, but I'll tell you off air.
Off air, okay. So not one of those jokes I would play on air.
Yeah, it's a little bit rude, and I think my mom's listening. So.
Oh damn!
Actually, my dad is listening. So oh shit, that means my dad heard my story about how I raided his booze cabinet. Oh yeah,
exactly. He's coming.
I bet you knew.
Over. Anyway.
Well, guys, what advice can you give like new and young aspiring artists? I know how tough the industry is. You guys have been at the top for a long time. What is your best advice that you can give young guys that see it as a dream?
Don't think you can touch the Parlotones.
Yeah. Boom.
Boom.
And you, Glenn?
I would say definitely choose another career.
That's what
Are you meaning in current state or because of what we know happened in the past, building up to this point?
No, I'm just joking. You know what? I would say go for it. You know, if someone like me could fall into a band and it lasts for 21 years, none of us could even play our instruments when we started. So if it's something you want to do, just go for it.
Yeah.
And if anything, it'll give you a lot of cool experiences and teach you a lot about life. You know, it doesn't have to be a job, but just being in it, and you know, you learn a lot of stuff and you meet a lot of cool people and see the world.
Like,
so it's cool.
Don't do it because you want to become like a famous muser and stuff. Like, just do it because it's cool. Like, there's nothing cooler actually than being in a room.
A rock star. Absolutely true. Absolutely
just making music is like I say, music's like magic. Like, where does the stuff come from? It's just like these noises and a guy making sounds, and it's just like where it comes from. I don't know.
That's like, brilliant.
That experience of creating something from nothing is really
That really is a good answer. Now, Chris, you said we're gonna jump around the questions. Now I see one here that I want to gooi. What are your guilty pleasures? What are your guilty pleasures? Are you going to buzz first, Glenn?
Okay.
There you go.
What are my guilty pleasures?
Yeah.
Listening to your voice, Renier. that gives me a good chuckle every time you say something. Say something.
You could hear him laughing there in the background.
Yeah.
He had to turn around and start laughing at that.
He doesn't have a multi-dimensional microphone, so we can't hear him when he...
And you can. I was just trying not to laugh so much. So you want me to say something? Here you go. Try repeat after me. Paul, you already said grillerig. You're a proper Dutchman if you can say getreidas a grillerige rooi ribbok ram roomhuis. Try that one.
Okay, or Whitey, I've got something that you must try and say.
Hit it.
You need to say it faster. Can you say Irish wristwatch?
Irish
wristwatch. You gotta say
Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch.
The IRS what?
Irish wristwatch.
Irish wristwatch.
Irish
wristwatch. To be honest, I don't believe in guilty pleasures. Like, if I like something, I like it.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, mine is smoking.
I'm cool with it. Is what?
Smoking. At the moment with this lockdown, trying to have a smoke and running out of smokes quickly. I was smart enough to like get a whole bunch of tobacco and like pipe tobacco and stuff. So I'm smoking pipe most of the days now. So
cool.
I went through a carton and then I thought, okay, I've got like 2 boxes of smokes left. Let me smoke some
whole carton
freaking pipe
already.
tobacco.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well,
That's
that
heavy.
was like 3.5 weeks ago. So,
But you
I
didn't
paced
expect
myself.
another 2 weeks, yeah.
No, I didn't expect another 2 weeks or a ban on smokes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
you don't appreciate something until it's taken away
Until
from
it's
you
gone.
for like a month.
Yeah.
That's true.
Guys, let's take a question from one of our listeners. It's the Tweaky Thrower. What are your guys' favorite song from the Stardust Galaxy album? Sorry.
Let me just Google Stardust Galaxies quickly.
Is that the one with Stars Fall Down on it?
No, Stars Fall Down was
Let me
actually
also
maybe.
Google it. You answer it first.
I'm just going to Spotify quickly.
Exactly.
Stardust.
Brilliant.
Stardust
Galaxy.
Galaxy. I'm gonna beat you to
Stardust
it.
Galaxy's album, The Parlotones.
Yeah.
Stars Fall Down isn't there, Glenn?
Damn it.
I would say Welcome to the Weekend.
It is, man. It's the second song. Push me to the floor. Stars Fall Down. Should we fight back?
It's actually got all the hits in it. Life Design.
That's your favorite one? Life Design.
Of this album is Welcome to the Weekend, definitely.
Oh yeah.
All right. Those are good choices.
Did someone just fart?
No.
It's very possible.
It was Paul.
Okay.
No,
Listen, okay, one more thing from the crowd. Mr.
Can I answer the question? Can I answer the question?
Sorry, Glenn.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tweaky, my favorite song on Stardust Galaxies is Brighter Side of Hell.
Brighter Side of Hell.
It's one of my favorite Parlotone songs of all time.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
And my guilty pleasure is the old Hannah Montana TV series.
Oh God. Yeah,
I laugh very hard when I watch that.
Yeah, but are you stoned? Are you on drugs? Are you drunk?
No,
then
really
I have to boot you off this. I have to boot you off this interview, bud.
No.
Okay, cool. Bye. Catch you later.
Do you have a daughter at the moment, dude?
Exactly, yeah. We watch a lot of Tinkerbell and a lot of Hannah Montana.
I've checked the whole Hannah Montana dance moves. I've had to learn that with my little girl.
Yeah. I think it's like, Stockholm Syndrome, where they start sympathizing with their kidnapper. I think it's the same thing. You start actually enjoying what you have to watch.
Full on, man.
All right. Listen, quick one here. Mr. Klute sent us a picture. I want you guys to see this. The krachapie I spoke to you about. There he is. His wife took a picture of him while we're on interview on his TV.
Yes, that's the big screen. Sure.
Yeah, I don't have money.
He looks like a fun dude. He looks like Tarzan or something.
He's close to that. He's a character. You guys will really enjoy him if you meet him.
Yeah.
Well, maybe one day if we ever can get out of our houses, go down to Winston's pub.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll go down to Winston's pub. Yo, I miss that place, guys. Yo,
I miss it.
that might be right there at the moment.
Well, guys, let's go through some more questions, man. I like this one. What's your response? Fight or flight? Shit, it's the fan. What do you do? Do you run or do you face it head on?
I think it does depend. I think it depends on the situation.
And the majority of them?
Well,
I don't like conflict.
A few years ago, I got attempted hijacked.
Yeah.
So the guy was next to the car, tapping on the window with his gun, and my first instinct was just to floor it and get out of there. So I guess that was a flight instinct.
Well, that one saved you on that day, I'm sure.
I'm not going to fight him, obviously.
Yeah.
That actually reminds me of a time, Glenn, you and me and I think 2 other people were driving that yellow Uno from back in the day. And we were listening to Korn on a cassette tape. And this guy stopped us in the middle of, it was Korn.
There you go.
This guy was standing in the middle of the road and flagged us over, and I rolled down my window and Korn was blasting. And he said, no, nothing. And we drove off. And Glenn's still convinced to this day that
music saved you.
The music scared him. Yeah, we're about to be hijacked. Do you remember it, Glenn?
Yeah.
I think
I'll just be scared of that. I don't remember that, but that's cool.
Was it Twisted Transistor that was playing? Because that is quite a hard song from Korn.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know, apparently the singer from Disturbed isn't going into quarantine.
Really?
Yeah, he says he's down with the sickness.
That's great, cheese. Thanks, man.
Another good question from one of our watchers. Which was your favorite city on your world tour and why?
Yeah.
Sure.
Paul? What was like the best city you went to and you just said, oh, wow, the whole time?
I think
it's actually...
I loved Austin, Texas.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Yeah. Like we did South by Southwest there a few years, and that's just amazing because they like shut down almost the whole city and it just becomes a music festival.
That is so brilliant.
Cool. And even when we've been there afterwards, when it's not South by Southwest, it's awesome. But like all the cities in the European countries, you know, like Germany and Switzerland, they've all got all that awesome architecture and history attached to them. Like you can't really go anywhere without going, wow, it's awesome here.
So it's Texas for you both, huh?
Well, well, just to be different, I'll say Moscow when we went to Russia. That was like probably the most foreign place we've ever been in. Like that, and we went to Japan. Like you can't understand, like the road signs make no sense, the menus make no sense. You can't speak to anyone. It's completely foreign. But it's so different that it's amazing. Like almost everywhere else you go, it's similar. But those two places were like very different.
All right, brilliant. Now, sorry?
There's also when we did like Argentina and Brazil, those countries were so cool to experience.
Glen Paul was amazing, yeah.
Right, this question from...
Okay, go for it.
This question, sorry, Glenn. This question is, okay, we did the where was your, what was your best concert ever? So we've got the best city in the world, but what was your absolute best concert? Now, if I could quickly interject there, my best concert where I saw you guys perform was what's it called, Joburg Day. I think it was 2015 or so, where Khan went to sing with Prime Circle and Ross came to sing with you guys. You remember that one? It was about 5 years ago. That for me was one of the most legendary concerts ever, and I partied so hard with you guys afterwards. And it was just so amazing, the atmosphere. There was 30,000 people there. I'll try to see if I can get the photo, but I actually took a photo off the stage, and people thought I was about to start jamming, so they went nuts. So I took a panoramic shot of all 30,000 people just to say, hey, what's up? I'm just taking a picture because I was part of the management back then and organization of some of the bands and the acts and so on. So for me, that was...
Did we go to that pub afterwards with that magician that kept stealing our watches and stuff?
Yes, that's Kevin. He's going to be
you guys have read Kev.
What was it called? It was called Cisco's. There where Chicago's was. Old Chicago's.
Some Bayswood,
Yes, Dale joined us, and one or two of the other guys also joined us. It was absolute legend night. Now, that was for me my favorite concert you guys did. So what was yours? Where did you perform where that crowd just went so ballistic and you fed off the energy that you could play for 24 hours with the energy that you fed off them? I think that's a question that Kenneth is asking there.
Yeah, sure. There's so many cool shows. Hey, kitty cat.
Hello, kitty.
Hello, kitty cat.
Quite scary, actually. Yeah.
That's where you need to put on that emoji thing from the cell phone where it turns your head into a cat, and then the cat sees you and freaks out. Have you seen those videos? No, go check it out. These Japanese people have got the cat emojis. Then they show the cat the video, and they get such a fright. Some of the cats actually slap their owners because they think it's another cat. Anyways, let's get back to the question. Glenn, you were saying your best concert ever.
I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't have one best show ever. There's been so many of them.
Yeah.
But they're all a bit of a blur. Like none of them really stick out in my mind. However, what our friend Guy there has reminded us of is we did open for Well, we're on the same. We played a big outdoor concert in Dubai with the Stereophonics and Razorlight.
Yes.
So it was that was
Yes, man.
great. That was
Because
awesome.
you know what's cool now is we got a lot of guys that's asking questions here, and I think here's one. Donnie van Gent. He says, "Hey, Polster and Glensters, how come you neglect Clarks? How come you've neglected Clarksdorp for the last 5 years?"
Because we're trying to avoid Donnie van Gent.
You live there. We're avoiding Donnie at all costs.
Yeah.
So we've scrapped
And we've also
Clark.
we've also got Claudia Whitman, who says that her best concert was in Solothurn in Switzerland.
Awesome. Yeah, I was actually going to say some of my favorite shows are like in Germany and Switzerland, where we play smaller clubs.
Yeah, it's a bit more intimate.
It's kind of it's got like that old like punk rock kind of feel. Everyone's standing and singing along, and it's sweaty and noisy and stuff. It's cool.
Oh yeah, brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's for a musician. Sometimes even as big as you guys are, sometimes those small intimate venues where people are just going absolutely mad is so good. I saw a video the other day on YouTube of Marilyn Manson where he was performing with what's his name, the guy from Caribbean.
The Antwoord.
The Antwoord and the Pirates of the Caribbean. What's his name?
Oh, Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Oh, Johnny
And it
Depp,
was
yeah.
a whole crowd of 50 people, but you could see this one person was recording the concert, and he was like very close to censor. So it was Johnny Depp, Marilyn Manson, and Ninja from the Antwoord, and they were just going ballistic and having so much fun with a crowd of 50 people instead of a stadium of 100,000 people. It's sometimes the small intimate shows that you enjoy the best. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely. Like in South Africa, we sometimes get used to playing places like the Barnyard where people like to sit down and stuff, which is cool. But then I remember a show a couple years ago in Stellenbosch, and the venue got moved to like a university jaw at one of like the university pubs, and like when the kids there realized that the Parlotones were playing, they freaked out because they were like, "Shit, we've been listening to you since we were 4 years old.
Yeah.
This is the first time we get to see you when we're 18, 19. And so like there, they just go crazy. And it's like a completely different show to what you used to, playing other things, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Do you see that next question from Stephen? If the Parlotones were stranded on a desert island, what strengths and weaknesses would each of you display? Who'd get eaten first?
Sure.
That's a good question.
Without a doubt, Neil would be the last one alive.
Is it?
Yeah, he would probably have eaten the rest of us.
Yeah, 'cause when Neil gets hungry, he gets very angry.
Yeah,
So,
I remember. I've eaten with him a few times. We've both got that ginger beard thing. Now I'm a bit bigger than him, so we look at each other and we like, look at that last piece, and I'm like, no, Neil, I'm grabbing it. And he just looks at me, and you can see that ginger. Our beard starts shaking a bit because we've got that fire in us. Like I'm known as the ginger giraffe in some circles. So we get intense because we don't have souls, you know.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
It's brilliant.
No, I think Glenn and I would both say, like, if you have one phone call when you're in an emergency, who would you call?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be Neil.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's like the go-to guy.
For some reason, his number is the only number I know off by heart in my head.
Maybe
so. Why is he
out
not
loud
on this interview when we try to get a hold of him to be part of this interview? So if the shit hits the fan now, dan is your kok geboek.
Yeah, then we screwed.
Exactly. He'll only answer phone calls from us, I suppose.
Oh, ouch, Neil. Oh, but he didn't answer Greg's phone call. So what's the issue there?
Yeah. I think he's gone into like super isolation. He's like,
no, never mind isolation, hibernation.
He's in hibernation. Yeah,
hibernation.
Definitely.
It happens to ginger bears.
He's wrapped himself up in his beard and just sleeping inside.
Yeah, let's stick with the public's questions. I'm actually digging this.
I'm digging it. Yeah.
How did you feel about your experience playing at the Coca-Cola Dome for live design? That's a good question.
Yeah, I was thinking about that show when you asked what was our favorite show. A lot of the time we would answer that that show was probably one of the best shows we've ever played, and it was. You know, we had just come home from tour, and we launched the first night at the Cape Town Arena, whatever it's called, and then the next night at the Dome. But you know, we were so unprepared.
Yeah.
And it was, the whole show was like such a blur. It was a success. But for me personally, when I look back and try to think about the show, I can't even remember it. You know, it was such I didn't actually, and I was so nervous playing that I didn't have time to actually enjoy the show, you know.
Yeah.
So it finished and it was over. And the next time when I saw the DVD, I'm like, I don't even remember the show.
Because we had been touring Europe or England, for like 3 or 4 or 5 weeks, whatever, before that. But touring Radio Controlled Robot, the previous album. So we spent all that time playing the previous album. Then we landed in South Africa with these 2 gigantic shows.
Yeah.
Of Stardust Galaxy's songs. I think we played Push Me to the Floor for the first time at those shows. So yeah, but yeah, like Glenn says, it actually was just a blur.
Oh, guys, I can see there's another great question, man. Paul, Glenn, being celebs yourself, what other big celebs did you meet in your lives except for Whitey and Chris?
and like just to go on with the question, he means like bands. Like what is your all-time favorite bands that you idolized growing up or whatever that you got to meet?
Met a lot of bands at those Coke Fests that they used to put on.
Yeah.
Metallica, Stained, like Simple Plan, those kind of bands. Yeah. Metallica was a big one for me. That was amazing. And like Good Charlotte. And then overseas, you'd also meet a lot of big bands. Like we toured with Blue October and Star Sailor. We opened for Coldplay. And one of my biggest, we randomly bumped into Biffy Clyro in LA once.
Sure.
And that was awesome for me. Just at a random sort of thing we were both doing. So that was cool. So yeah, we've met a lot of cool bands. And we met Mick Jagger once at a restaurant in LA.
Oh, that's awesome. That's power. Rolling Stones. That's
one Whitey, of my... I can see a question here from Claudia Whitman. That this is an awesome question, man. It's like, what's your most embarrassing moment as a band?
And I think before you answer that, I think that's going to be our last question for the evening. We've gone over our hour, and then after this question, you guys can tell us a bit more what's coming out, what's your projects, plug whatever you're doing, because I saw something on the Parlotones website that I saw that you guys are going to do a live concert at Clan Vista or something. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but yeah. So let's do this question from Claudia, and then we do a plug for what you guys are going to do.
Hell yeah!
All right, you go for it, Paul.
I suppose my most embarrassing moment on stage.
So many.
Well, we've got the song called "Can You Feel It," and probably 5 times out of 8 I get it wrong, and I start the song, and I don't know, for some reason I just go blank and I hit the wrong chord, and it's got like a delay, so it goes dong 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 dong, and no one can do anything until that finishes, and it's like, damn it. But also, I mean, not for me personally, but once we played quite a big show, somewhere also overseas, and they made the stage completely dark for the band to make like a dramatic entrance. Yeah. And Khan tripped over a monitor and fell flat on his face in front of everyone, and the lights came on and the show started. And Khan's actually had the most embarrassing. He split his pants on stage, and like
he was trapped in that cage once.
Yeah, he was stuck in a cage. Yeah.
Stuck in a cage.
Well, also there was some festival, and like had this great idea where they were going to put Khan in this cage and wheel him onto stage, and then we would start playing, and then by the time he got out the cage, it was like the perfect timing for him to start singing, but he couldn't get out of the cage. It was like one of those magic tricks gone wrong.
So we need to
stuck inside this cage next week. Yeah, exactly. He needs to learn to pick up.
I think generally Khan's my most embarrassing moment on stage every time.
Yeah.
Dude, that is a frontman thing, huh? I think every band can tell you our most embarrassing
Yeah.
moments are it's the frontman. Now
Yeah.
he's either
Well,
drunk
actually,
or he like does stupid
well,
shit.
he misses his words, he misses his cues. Yeah. But
And
actually,
it's
what
very
actually is
not
what is actually embarrassing for me is when you have to do like TV shows and things, but you have to mime. So like they play your song off
Oh,
a CD, and then you have to stand there pretending to play it. Like
yo,
it's
that
just lame
kills
for
me.
me. Like I
That,
don't. Luckily,
that
we don't
kills
do it much, but it's
Yeah.
happened before. You're like, what's the point? Yeah.
You know what? I wanna tell a quick story, short one. Sorry. I did a gig where I was the sound engineer for Troy the Hypnotist in some dorpie somewhere, Klerksdorp, I think it was. Sorry, Donnie. Sorry.
Lots of it,
Um, and we had an artist. I won't mention him because I actually want to probably put him on the show in the coming weeks. His sound engineer didn't pitch up, so they asked me, "Can you just engineer it? It's just him singing. There's no band, so I just need to be in control of the reverb and of his mic." I said, "No, sweet, no problem. It's all good." So I start playing, and he starts singing, and now you can see when an artist is his voice is just too good to be true, because he had one of his guys sitting there with a laptop that was plugged into the front of house mixer.
Yeah.
And I looked at this, and now there's 10,000 people watching this going absolutely berserk. And I thought, hang on, let me just play with his microphone. And I had a few beers, and so I thought, let me kill the mic completely. I killed the mic completely, but he was singing perfectly still. He was lip syncing.
Was it Justin Bieber?
Princess Bieber. No. That little girl, no, we don't get along. So no, Justine Bieber, no, thank you. I won't mention him, but you know, when artists do that, it kills me. Now I know they force you guys sometimes to do it, but I know they are pop artists, if I can call it pop artists.
Yes.
That first doing lip syncing than actually doing a live performance. Now
I'd rather watch a band where you can see they're live and the guy's not hitting the notes and there's mistakes. Like you rather want to see that human.
Yes, like you said, messing up your chords.
Yeah,
if
like sometimes our best shows is like when we start a show and something goes horribly wrong, and you just stop and you have a laugh and you kind of break the ice and you start again.
Yeah.
Like at least people can see it's like you're really doing it. It's not like this.
That's part of the experience, exactly. If it's monetized perfectly and scripted and choreographed, that just destroys the experience, because then I can just sit at home and watch the damn DVD. Am I right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, guys. So tell us a bit about this. Let me bring it up onto screen. About this festival that you guys are trying to promote here, the Clanstival music, coming up on the 15th and 16th of May. Are you guys going to be performing together at the college? It was the Hilton College. Just a couple of camera crews. You guys performing to absolutely nobody in front of you live, but a lot of digital viewers. Is that basically the idea that's coming up here?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I think
let's get Greg on the line.
I don't know if it's either an online thing like this where we play together from the comfort of our own homes, more than likely because of this virus.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm not 100% sure yet. We haven't been briefed.
Yeah.
But
that's a
I think you must just ask us two
go.
more audience questions instead of asking us what we're doing.
Well,
whatever
listen, guys,
you should buy your tickets. I say whatever that festival is, you all should buy your tickets.
Yeah, I see it $20 at web tickets. So everybody listening, go to Parlotones Facebook page and Twitter and wherever on social media. It's $20.
That's like $1, Cindy.
Yeah, it's only $1.
Yeah.
Just sponsor the guy.
There's supposed to be 2 zeros next to the 2.
Yeah.
Greg, if that's your mess up, they're going to give you a call just now. Okay.
Well, guys, you guys have been phenomenal guests. You guys are virgin guests for this show, and I think we couldn't have asked for anything better. You guys have had made us laugh, and also made us see a different side to you guys. So the floor is yours. Give us a plug. Tell us what else you're going to be doing except for that stuff, and or maybe you want to give a shout out to somebody, or just I don't know, tell kids what to do in this time, or I don't know, just
inspirational thing,
give us
whatever.
a
Yeah, 4
plug, man.
minutes.
Well, I'll say thank you, YT and Chris, for having us.
Thank
Appreciate
you, man.
it. Appreciate you risking your very first show with the two of us on air. Hope it was okay.
No, you guys are.
Yeah, we just kind of staying home, staying safe, and planning how we're going to come back with a bang once this virus has left the planet.
Yeah.
And that's all, really. I think you must just continue to be at your best, whatever you do. Keep your sword sharp. So when we can finally get on with life, you'll maybe have learned something new or whatever.
Dude, I think that's aspiring words, man. And I couldn't ask for a better plug. And you, Paulie?
I don't know. Maybe I'll say happy birthday to Rob. It's his birthday
Yeah,
today. Stuck home alone, and
Happy birthday, Rob.
Happy
yeah,
birthday,
what do you call your brother's child? Your niece?
your nephew.
But it's a girl. Niece.
Yeah,
Yeah,
niece.
So it's also
Niece,
my niece. It's my niece's birthday. Emily, she's 7. Also stuck at home. So happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday.
But yeah, also, I think this time home has maybe made us look at things a little differently and reprioritize what is important and stuff like that. So maybe if we can just look for the good in this situation, like no one was expecting this, and
yeah,
it's kind of something we'll be talking about for a couple of years for sure. Like everyone.
one time. Well, guys, thank you for the positivity. And like I said, we couldn't have asked for anybody better. You guys are a beautiful couple of brothers, and we were very fortunate to have you guys. And we hope all the best for you guys. Hopefully, all your shows and stuff are packed out the moment all this pandemic stuff is over, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got say schlicky or slurpy or what's your word?
Lucky.
Schlicky, yeah.
Yeah,
Cheers.
my suckers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much, and we'll catch up to you, Paul. Remember that joke you promised me? I'm waiting for the WhatsApp. Okay.
I'll WhatsApp it to you. Yeah, you can tell it on your next show.
All right. That's,
Yes, guys.
I promise you will laugh.
I know you always make me laugh. The shit you can tell me sometimes, Paul, is brilliant. So, guys, also from your side, please like and subscribe our page and share it as much. We'd like to get it out there as much as possible.
Yes.
I don't know if we're going live tomorrow. Chris might have another show. He's performing to about 20,000 people on Facebook. I hope so for him. And then Thursday night, we're going live with Martin Otto from Wonderboom. That's another big one.
We will
So,
check it out.
You mean Sito?
Sito,
man.
Martin,
Martin,
Raphael.
like who the heck is Martin Otto?
Okay,
Charlie.
Sito. And then Friday night, we've got Darren Wackett Simpson. Now, you guys know him very well. Us three, you guys, me, and Wackett, we've done shows together so often and done so many things. So that's also going to be a lot of fun to do. So, yeah, please, guys. It's again, thank you, Paul. Thank you, Glenn. We love you guys.
Thank you, everybody, for all the comments. Stay on our page and love us and like us. And we will make sure you guys get the best entertainment in this time.
Awesome.
Cheers, guys.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So guys, just from Chris and myself, thank you so much for tuning in. This was our very first time tonight. We hope you enjoyed it. We had people from Austin, Texas. We had from El Paso. We had from Los Angeles. We had from the
all
UK.
over the world.
From South Africa. We had Klerksdorp from flippin' Orkney. My ma het groot geword in Orkney. Orkney snorkney. That was brilliant, guys. So please go like our Facebook page. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got brilliant lineup of brilliant entertainers coming up. Please go and like. From myself, you guys rock. Love you guys.
Big guys, look after yourselves. Stay safe. Stay alive.
Take care. And we shall see you guaranteed on Thursday night, but we're not 100% sure. Wait. Watch this. We're not 100% sure about tomorrow, but Slicky. Guys.
Thanks, Whitey. You were phenomenal on our first show, and I hope you enjoyed my Manavalis, wat ek hier so saam met jou gepraat het, my ou maat.
Brilliant. We had so much fun. It was proper gangster. I see the comments. Great start, you two. Andre from Russia.
Yeah.
Cheers, good vibes. Everybody loved it. Cheers. Guys, thank you so much. We're going to continue this. Let's make this bigger because Chris and myself have got big plans for this channel. If it grows out of hand, we're gonna probably build a little studio. Hopefully, Winston's. Please come back to Winston's. And then we'll be able to do live broadcasts from there. Let's see if we become the next big thing on YouTube.
I would like that.
Awesome.
Cheers, guys.
Have a good night, guys. Rock and roll. Cheers. Wait, let's do this. Wait, let's end it off properly.
Well, goodbye, everybody. From SA Bro.